So let's head over here to WWE news and let's get into some other things. So the celebrity with WrestlePalooza on the horizon, there's all the celebrity fanfare, and we saw Rhea Ripley get kind of stalked and crowded by a bunch of people. And I noted on my show, I said, listen, man, when people are paying that much for tickets, and I'm in no way like condoning this or whatever, but like when people pay that much for tickets and you're that famous, she's trending right now, by the way, but like, you know, these people are immensely famous, especially some of them in WWE right now. Like a good handful, people are getting really famous, and like, should WWE provide? I'm sure you saw the videos, Hughezy. Should WWE provide security for Rhea Ripley and some of these female talent, especially with like Liv Morgan stalkers? Like, hey, I want to get reduced time or let out of prison or whatever the fuck. It's getting crazy out there.
Yeah, I'm not saying that the women deserve the harassment, but because they don't. But here's the problem: women have every right to post photographs and videos of whatever they want on social media. Great, but what they've got to understand is the typical wrestling fan today is not the way they used to be. The typical fan today is a super intense mega mark who thinks that that there's a legitimate personal relationship, like a friendship between the fan and the wrestler. Like they would be like, "Hey, Rhea Ripley, I remember that time you replied to my tweet in 2017. How have you been?" And that whole stuff of them stalking her and harassing her, like it's amazing to me that since the Sonya Deville thing, that the women don't have a more personal security at public appearances. Like it's crazy, and especially not to get political, but the way certain countries are now with certain communities, and you're seeing these people in the crowds, where it's like something really bad is going to happen to one of these women, and everyone's going to go at the last minute. Why didn't they have security? Why didn't they do something about this in advance? And it's like, well, because if they do, then you claim bigotry or oppression and all that. So it's a disaster waiting to happen. And those fans, like when you're following someone to their car, you're a problem. Whether it's a sexy woman or a sexy man, like
or a sexy boy, sexy boy.
Yeah, like a piece of ass, like Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, dude. So like the point I was making, because listen, man, those weird parasocial relationships, like even if you aren't posting thirst traps online, those are still going to happen. People have them with AI bots now, and people marry pies or whatever. Maybe that's just a Family Guy joke, but I don't know, man. You're crazy out there in the world. But listen, is some of that on WWE? Like, should they be thinking about that? Like, man, this Liv Morgan sure is a real big star. Rhea Ripley shouldn't be walking alone in Paris to an Uber when she's like a huge star and is like one of our main attractions. And there's people in this city that have paid $70,000 or whatever a ticket, $4,000 for a 10th row ticket or whatever to see her. Like, Jesus Christ, maybe like is some of that on like, should the fans be like, hey, WWE, maybe you should do something about that?
Yeah, like, and the thing, it's like when the women go to Saudi, as soon as they get off the plane, they're covered completely because it's not safe for women out there. But unfortunately, just to get woke, it's become a very unsafe time in general for women around the world. Uh, and that's not me getting political. That's just the facts. I'm not taking any sides. And like, did you ever remember? And I'll censor what I'm going to say, or hear about the time that Maxine Dupree got like just bombarded online because she mentioned that she already has post WWE plans.
No.
Yeah, well, she said something like, "Oh, when this contract's done, I'm going to focus on." I don't know if she said fashion, line or makeup line or whatever. And all these fans were going like, well, fuck you and get out of the business and you should just do porn and you need to be raped and you need to get all
Oh,
this.
that's fucked, man.
It's like, because she's got fucking plans to not wrestle, you geeks.
I know it's way too intense, and you do have a point that I don't think people bring up enough, like the social media. I fucked it up. Someone corrected me and said it's parasocial. I don't know what the fuck I said, but
Paris social.
so yeah. Juan Tenta for 5 says, after the recent Ripley crush and other creepy fan behavior, should wrestling fans be Chinese castrated so they stop popping it to Attitude Era clips? Juan Tenta, thank you for your support. And Hughezy, that question, I'll send it to you. Should they be Chinese castrated? I don't know what that is, but it sounds hot.
Yeah, the thing is, I think they need to become aware of how bad they look, of how completely unhealthy it is to be so obsessed with these women that you don't even realize that you're literally breaking a law. It's actually illegal to follow and film someone. That's that comes under the stalker terms. So this is what I always say, that if you really want to meet a WWE wrestler, look out for these local conventions that they make appearances at and pay for it. Leave them the fuck alone. But at the same time, like that photograph you're posting there,
yeah.
Like, I'm not saying Rhea shouldn't post that because clearly she's worked out hard. Speaking of hard, and like she looks amazing, but she has to know the type of people she's posting that photograph for.
So Drake, okay, he states that WWE star, the biggest creeper of them all, dude. No, states that Rhea Ripley is like his muse, my muse.
Yeah, well, at least he's fucking finally going after someone that's of legal age.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, so I don't know when. I think he's like stated this a few times, but Rhea Ripley's been trending recently, and I don't know. Some people are like, what if she sent a picture of Buddy Matthews to him or something like that?
Yeah, although when you look at the size of his arms, I don't think there'd be much of a penis there. Let's be honest.
Jesus Christ, he's going off. So speaking of people going off, man, there was celebrity fanfare, not just for Rhea Ripley, but I mean Post Malone and Jelly Roll were in Paris for the Clash in Paris show, and they were in the front row sitting behind commentary basically, and they were marking out hard as shit for like Cena, Roman Reigns. And here's Post Malone, like, even he's like, hey man, can I get a hug and shit? I don't think Danzig, or like, who's a rock star from back in the day, I don't think they're like, hey, can I get a hug from you, man? You know, it just seems like a different era entirely of just human beings and the way they interact.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thanks for coming by our neck of the woods, man.
Yeah.
Smell this good on stage?
Look at that. Right on.
I don't know, could you, like, and I'm not hating on Post Malone, but like, could you picture Gene Simmons doing that?
Well, if I met Gene Simmons, I would try to hug him, but I don't. Let's not say the word in case it gets hits up YouTube's terms of service. But the fifth letter in the alphabet, sometimes when you ingest that, it makes you want to hug people and touch things.
I get what you're getting at, dude. Well, yeah, man. What do you make of them traveling all the way to fucking Paris? Like, what's that about? They're just big fans or what? Like, they were marking out hard for Roman Reigns and shit. And again, this just lends to what I was saying before with Rhea. It's like the WWE superstars, and it's always been this way where celebrities are fans, but that there was a little while where that kind of went away. It was kind of like Jeremy Piven would show up to promote a show, but he didn't really give a fuck or want to be there. Or like Jackass would show up to promote some shit, but they didn't really care or want to be there. But now it's kind of, we're in an era again where two of the biggest stars on the planet, Jelly Roll and Post Malone, are like marking out over Roman Reigns and asking John Cena for hugs and shit.
Well, Post Malone and Jelly Roll should do a song called "Crackers in Paris." But the thing is, and I don't know if you remember, we were speaking about this the other week on my show. It's that uh, WWE has now become a trendy hashtag to to use online. So if you're seen at the front row of a WWE show, it's kind of like a cool, popular thing, and that's why you're getting these fucking nerds paying like 40 grand for a ticket, because you may end up be sat 2-3 rows away from Drake or Jelly Roll or whoever the fuck else attends these shows. Uh, it's a sign of the times. That being said, and I'm showing my age here, nothing will ever top 1998 SummerSlam. Wu-Tang's second album had just come out. It was amazing. And Method Man was filmed in the crowd, completely decked out in DX gear, and he was marking out for X-Pac. So, so that was the coolest fan thing I've ever seen. Not this fucking stupid cunt wearing his Jay Leno outfit.
You don't like Post Malone? You don't like Posty?
Absolutely not.
So
Although I heard he's very nice with the special needs children, so that's good.
Any good, man. Thank you very much.
I'll see you soon, bub.
Oh yeah. So Chat was saying he had a fashion show out there, and then we know he is a big WWE fan. So yeah, dude, makes sense that he's there. Speaking of the celebs though, and you and I were both film fans. We've linked up over on my other channel, and yeah, Filmark's out if you guys want to check it out. And I've come on. I think I've talked movies over on your channel, right? I think maybe once or twice. Yeah. And so The Rock, the Smashing Machine, where he plays Mark Kerr, it dropped, it came out. And I don't know. I don't put too much into like Rotten Tomato scores and shit like that. Rotten Tomatoes, but they're at like 86%, and the critic score and the fan score, they're all loving it and everything. And The Rock was brought to tears as the Smashing Machine receives a standing O at the Venice International Film Festival. Let's play this clip.
Yeah, this is the same reaction most marks had when they seen the finish to WrestleMania 41.
Me included, dude.
Yeah, me too, to be honest.
Yeah, it was awesome. But I see some people online, like, they get mad when folks are clapping after these movies and shit. I don't know. I don't get mad at that. It's like a piece of art. You clap at shit when it was good. When it's good. No, don't you clap after a play and stuff? I don't know.
Yeah. No, I can't wait to see this film.
Me too.
It looks brilliant. That director, he did that TV show The Curse from last year. It was a masterpiece.
Okay.
So I'm fucking pumped for Smashing Machine.
Well, as a big MMA fan myself, when I saw the trailer and when everyone saw the trailer, they were kind of like this looks stupid. I just remember a lot of people saying this looks stupid, right? Well, that's the majority of fucking Twitter saying everything's stupid. But he has Mark Kerr's mannerisms down. And if you've seen the documentary and shit about Mark Kerr, where they took a lot of this from and reenacted things like almost beat for beat that actually happened in real life because it was documented. Mark Kerr and his mannerisms, Rock was able to capture them very well, I felt, just from seeing the trailer. So I've been excited to see this the whole time, just as a Mark. I love fighting movies and shit. Here's them. I'm not even sure what this video is, actually. This is just more a fan. Oh, a fan yelled, "Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?" to him. And then he followed him to his Uber after that.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, I'm looking forward to seeing this flick. We'll have to review it over on my channel, dude.
Definitely. And this is the thing, that WrestleMania 40 match, that's the last time The Rock's ever going to wrestle. Like,
Yeah.
people really have to get over that idea. Like, we had the chance, but then all the fucking Cody marks had to go like, I'm thumbing down your Instagram video. You're not giving us what we want. It's like, well, there you go. The biggest match that ever could have happened: The Rock versus Roman Reigns. We didn't get it because fucking slabbermouth Cody wanted to mark out for himself, and that annoys the fuck out of me. Vince McMahon would never have allowed that. That's going to be something that'll be on Triple H's gravestone. The guy who didn't let The Rock versus Roman Reigns happen.
So recently a photograph of The Rock popped up as well, where everyone's like, he looks super skinny. And I had said, look, dude, he bulked up to probably his peak bulkness to do Mark Kerr, like for the Smashing Machine. And then now, I mean, I don't know if he's slimmer or not. I don't know. It's not even like he can't bulk up again. I'm pretty sure he's playing like a drug guy in the next movie he's doing as well. So it makes sense if he slimmed up a bit. But he's been saying, like, I'm going to do more dramatic roles and not look at the blockbusters. And when you do that, Batista did the same thing. You can slim down and shit. And I just don't know why it's triggering to people. I've seen Christian Bale look like a fucking real life skeleton, dude. And you know, like there's some actors who fucking suck their bodies down to nothing, or like we saw Brendan Fraser get real fat for The Whale.
For The Whale. Yeah. But that's what I always say. At what point did Russell Crowe stop saying I've gained weight for a role and just admit, yeah, I'm a fat person?
Yeah, I like beer.
Yeah. But the thing about a lot of these people offended that The Rock lost weight is because the concept of losing weight is alien to them.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it is possible to exercise and lose weight. And plus, what is he, like 50 something?
Yeah,
like,
that's what I mean. He looks like a regular guy.
Yeah, The Rock at his age should not be that muscular. I'm amazed. Like, we even seen him at when he wrestled CM Punk? Can you remember that event?
The Rock. I mean, didn't they wrestle a couple times? I know what you're talking about. Like what? I can't remember the exact event, but
well, they had a Royal Rumble match, and you could literally hear The Rock breathing like this. And
like
I remember
Ultimate
thinking,
Warrior, when he cut that final promo.
Yeah, and I remember thinking back then, like, holy shit, The Rock's gonna have to lose a lot of muscle. He's struggling under the pressure, and that was like over a decade ago. Like, to be that weight at his age, muscle or fat, that's not healthy. So he's just doing the smart move.
Yeah, dude. So SmackDown drew its a record low rating recently.
I gotta be honest, I'm surprised anybody watches SmackDown anymore. Right, I'm gonna give you a spoiler for this week's SmackDown.
Allegedly.
Nick Aldis makes a main event, the tag team match.
Oh yeah, is that why you didn't go when they were in Ireland?
Oh, that's all they fucking do on that show. We're seeing as the four of you are out here, we're gonna have a tag team match. Or like, or you just challenged her to a match. Why don't you both find a partner and that'll be open the show? And you go like, this is fucking so boring. It keeps happening and how many more times can they do a Jimmy and Jacob versus a fucking solo group team up? Like, it's so fucking skippable. There is no reason to watch SmackDown at all.
Well, as we're talking about it, SmackDown's trending right now, and I do believe it's because, you know, AJ Lee, it's in Chicago. Punk said I'm going to be there. It's like over 15,000 tickets sold, and people think AJ Lee's going to pop up. Do you predict that she will show up on SmackDown, or do you think they just save it for WrestlePalooza? Or do you think what I think they're going to do is announce that she's going to come back, or Punk will be like, I'm going to find a partner, but like she won't actually come out in Chicago. And then at WrestlePalooza is when she'll make her big return. But pretty much WWE, I mean, this is a reason to tune into this SmackDown. Now, in general, you're right. 95% of the time, unless Cena's there, like, you know, Cena comes out to open the show. You're not interested in seeing that?
Yeah, and the last SmackDown I watched what was it? The main event? It was a tag team match. It was fucking Cena and Cody against Logan and Drew, and it's like what's going on here?
Well, their record low is a 1.14 million viewers. The key demo was down 20%. I mean, still smashes fucking AEW to oblivion if you guys want to play a tribal game. But also Raw scored a 2.6, and it's down. It's not like terribly down, but well, it's down 72%, I guess, in hours viewed or whatever the fuck. It was number 6 globally. So ratings down a little bit. Is that because sports are on, or is it just they're putting on boring shows and then knocking it out of the park with the PLEs?
Yeah, I think that the problem is that particularly recently, the TVs have people know now that they're skippable. Like, what was the thing? I'm not even playing
what
dumb
was the
here.
thing? I don't know. You tell me.
What was the event where Rollins cashed in on Punk? That was SummerSlam?
SummerSlam, yep.
Right. So then it was the next Raw. They announced, well, Seth Rollins versus LA Knight. They should have switched the belt to LA Knight on Raw, because people would have been like, "What the fuck? I thought we were getting another Seth Rollins run all over again." And that's the thing. Like, what's going to happen on SmackDown? I can't even predict what the tag team match is going to be, but it will be a tag match.
Yeah,
But
they'll do the tag match. It'll be AJ and Punk. We'll see it as you're all here in AJ's return.
But it'll be AJ Styles.
Yeah.
And but the thing is, it's one of the criticisms I've seen people say about keeping them 100 lately is that it's the same show every fucking week. There's the intro, there's the review, there's a mailbag, there's a political talk, and then there's the wrap-ups, the plugs. With WWE, the format to Raw and SmackDown, they need to mix it up. Like, it's always every week. Fucking Seth Rollins opens the show with a promo talking about how he's running the place and all this shit. It's dull. Like, just mix it up. Open the show up with a title change. End the show with a promo. Just don't let it always be the same.
I agree with that. So AJ Lee's name, so Fightful yesterday or 2 days ago was like, AJ Lee's name has been brought up in numerous pitches as of late. They weren't quite shut down, but it's not confirmed if she's definitely returning or not. And then WWE fucked around and posted, which, like, it's obviously she's coming back. Like, we don't need to, like, just watch the fucking show. There's nothing else that could happen. But WWE Shop responded to this random or Wrestling Days YT. Where's the AJ Lee merch? What am I meant to wear on Friday when I watch SmackDown? And then WWE Shop responded to them. Hey there, of course we wouldn't expect that. With AJ Lee's return to the ring, we are looking to have some fire gear, hopefully in time for WrestlePalooza. Be sure you're signed up for emails and get the latest updates on new live inventory. Happy shopping. And then they deleted this post. So what the fuck happened there? Is that an AI bot response? Or they got a fire bot hooked up to that shit? Or is they just stooged it right there? It's so fucking obvious. And then Fightful wrote a thing. Oh, we fucking now know that she's coming back and shit. Sources, or where is it? I don't know. There was a story where they're like, yeah, sources tell us she's coming back. It's like, well, the fucking Twitter account just told us she's coming back. So,
yeah, but that's great insight by those dicks over at Fightful. But like, oh, her name was brought up in creative. It's like, yeah, no shit, it was. Like, they're not just going to randomly bring up names and say, hey, what about if we do Logan Paul versus Denzel Washington? That'll headline Survivor Series. It's like, well, Denzel's not under contract. Like, I seen a thing a couple of weeks ago. Somebody posted, oh, Chris Jericho's name hasn't been brought up in creative meetings. It's like, yeah, because he's not under contract.
Yeah.
Like, until he's officially out of AEW, then they can talk. Like, why would they make plans for him if they don't know if he's actually coming in? And plus, like, really, like, AJ Lee coming back, it's not like fucking The Rock having one more match. Like, she was popular during a very shitty era of women's wrestling.
Yeah.
She was never that good, in my opinion.
Damn.
This will just make a good official final match. It'll be a nice, big, loud one. And then get that fucking belt off Rollins. He just bores me. He's
Yeah,
like the fucking male Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, and man, what do you think of them aligning? Like Becky and Seth are finally aligned. Finally, and she's like, I'm part of this faction, and we kind of knew they were going to add a girl. Me and you talk about it a little bit off air, and I'm like, dude, I would add a girl. I'm always like, I would add Zoe Stark, or I'd find a girl to add to this thing, get one of those girls from LFG or whatever the fuck. But yeah, they just went with Becky, which is the obvious thing. Are you excited for that? I feel like people kind of collectively groaned at that, and then we saw CM Punk get the shit slapped out of him by Becky and kind of punked out, and some people are like, oh, he got cucked and wrestling's dead, man, this is fucking gay, we're done, boys, like we're cooked, they hate us, I've seen all these overreactions online, and it's just a woman slapping a dude. I mean, who hasn't gone to a fucking dive and seen that go down or whatever, so but yeah, man, what do you make of all that, like storyline wise?
Yeah, well, I've got news for you guys. Men can't hit women because
it's like, what do you want him to do? That's the whole story. He's got to get his wife to beat her ass.
You start fucking headbutting her while she's on the floor. Yeah, get CM Punk and Rhea Jackson versus Becky Lynch.
Yeah, dude. Unless you're stone cold, then you can stun her, Stacy Keibler. Or
I thought you meant Deborah with Michael back at the house.
Oh no, I would. Yeah, I would never.
You're calling these goddamn carrots, you dumb broad. But with but that's exactly what was it at it was at a WrestleMania where I remember Stephanie slapped The Rock, and The Rock walked out of the ring, and he just been like embarrassed, so he walks over and helps Ronda Rousey over the railing.
Yeah,
and Ronda Rousey then beat up Stephanie, and I think The Rock hit Triple H. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I think Ronda might even judo flip Triple H at that time.
Yeah, so that's the thing where it's like this is clearly leading to something. I actually really like that segment on Raw because Becky is an annoying bitch for real. Like, I don't like the way she resorts to comedy so much. Like, if you've got heel hate, don't then try to make us laugh, you arseless bitch.
Well, she did date Jeff Dye, so maybe it rubbed off on her.
Oh, I don't know who that is, but I've got something she could rub off on. Sexual harassment.
Oh, go.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be funny, just as if they get Kelly Osbourne to do a run-in at fucking WrestlePalooza?
What'd you make of Worker Shoot, Hughezy? Is that Kelly Osbourne getting mad at Becky over the comments over Aussie?
No, that's a shoot, but if she ran in and cracked Becky over the head with like a Black Sabbath gold disc.
Oh my god. And then
and then she takes like she gets like a bat and shoves it in Becky's mouth, and then AJ Lee chokes her out while the bat's in her mouth. And she's like, make fun of my dad now, you pointy-faced Star Trek bitch.
Oh man. Speaking of Star Trek, I don't know. Kevin Nash, he says that I think her run's over. I think the business has passed her by. Just super harsh words to Becky Lynch. Yeah, you're on the same boat or what? You said you enjoyed the segment. I didn't mind it either. I thought it was good.
I actually watched the Kevin Nash say that, and he said that with total sarcasm.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he was joking.
You can never trust these fucking...
I'm going to take a quick piss here, by the way.
Yeah, no worries, man.
If you want to reply to some chats by these lovely men.
Yeah,
lovely, handsome men.
Let me do that. And thanks for sticking around with me, you son of a bitch. Do we even want to talk? Do you want to make fun of Dave Meltzer a little bit or what?
Yes.
Yeah, let's make fun of Dave Meltzer, because I was going to say, you know what? We did enough WWE news, topical enough for what's going on. And I just have a Dave one while I have you here. I do want to talk about this because this was fucking hilarious.